War Diary, September 1st, 1939. Finally, having finished all the training required to become a submarine captain, I have been assigned to my first ship, an older Type 2A by the name of U-4. Me and my green crew are ready to begin our first patrol aboard her, and all of us are ready to make our families proud. Today marks the first day of our invasion of Poland, and while morale among the men is high, many wonder aloud if our invasion will be the final trigger to war with the Western powers. I know that if war arrives, it will be us U-boat captains that will be the most important factor in whether this war ends with Germany's victory or yet another humiliating defeat. For now, only time will tell. Hello, my guys, gals, non-binary pals, all of the above and none of the above alike, and welcome to the first episode of our new career in U-boat. I have been super excited to play this. They just recently dropped the new beta, which adds a ton of new start dates, a ton more dialogue, a ton more missions, as well as different types of submarines, so now it is not just the Type 7C. So let's go ahead and get into this. We are going to be doing the U-4 campaign. We're starting in a Type 2A, and it is September 1st, 1939. And we're going to be doing a mixture of realism and non-realism, mainly because there are many things in this game that I'm very bad at, and one of the biggest ones is hardcore aiming. Because, especially with hardcore aiming, you take your measurements wrong, you're cooked. You're not hitting anything. Torpedoes? Huh, myth. Alright, I just have to make sure that certain things are set to certain things. Yes, alright. And now we get to
run to your
recreate
stations.
Zarkev.
The hunt is on.
I don't like...
Stay calm and focused, everyone.
We're a well-oiled machine. Let's show the enemy what a U-boat can do.
Okay, I actually kind of like that voice. Where did all of the music go? Like, the second I went to the character creator. Why's the U-boat... Why did the U-boat music just die instantly? Silence. No more. Gone. Deceased, even, if you will. You know what? Give him glasses. There we go. Now we will have Zarkev Vargas. I love that opening cinematic. It is just the right touch of dramatic. There we go. Port of Wilhelmshaven, Friday, September 1st, 1939.
Good luck on your next mission, Captain. Stay safe out there.
Will do, sir. I also love this little intro cutscene because it gets you a nice look at the boat. Here's the engine room. And here we are. This is the main port area where we'll be getting resupplied and ordered and all of that. If I zoom in here a little bit, I love the way that the zoom in, like, cuts out the pieces, and it's like an ant farm view, but Looking inside our submarine, in here we have the conning tower, where we will be using the attack periscope and torpedo calculator to determine where our target is, how to hit him. In here we have the bow torpedo room, as well as a place for the crew to sleep. We have 3 torpedo tubes in this frankly tiny vessel. In here is the control room, where we have the depth steers, the navigator station. In here is the listening room / radio room. Over here is a little kitchen area, as well as storage. In here is the engine, where we have a few more bunks, as well as the electric compressor, the electric engines, and the diesel engines. And then up top we have our tiny little flight gun up here, and then a little lookout post up here. Oh hey, you can actually see some of our officers finally coming aboard.
Neat, officer. Take a look.
Let's go ahead and make sure we are topped up on fuel and torpedoes. No, cancel. Don't move, because I'm about to just buy a torpedo and then it'll just be in the torpedo tube, because there's no... I've played this game too long and I know that there's no loading delay. Like actually having to wait for the ship to be loaded on the first day. Going into this menu real quick, as you can see, there is a ton of U-boats in the game now. It used to be just the Type 7C. Now we've got the 2A, the 2D, the 7B, the 7C in all its glory, and the Type 7C, specifically the 41 model, which I cannot wait to see if we both get to this point, and when we get to this point, dealing just absolute hell with it. Because that one also has the 4 bow and 1 stern torpedoes. But for now, we're stuck with our tiny little Type 2A. Gets like 13 knots on the surface, and I think like at half speed, like 5, not even like 5, nah, probably like 5 knots underwater. And we have 3 bow torpedoes, 5 torpedoes in total, and that's it. And then we're crewed by, I want to say it was 21, might have been 22 sailors in total. And that is counting my 5 officers. So I guess we'll go ahead and get our orders from...
Liaison officer, laying orders directly from the admiral.
Yeah, go over and meet Klaus Schmidt. He will be our liaison for getting orders. What are the orders, sir?
These are current orders from the headquarters. Your eyes only.
They want our first patrol sector in AN-73 and AN-88. Just outside of the Port of London, the Port of Dunkirk, and Rotterdam. There we go. Now we'll go ahead and pop open the world map, and oh my god, Poland, look out. they have enlisted 5 gigantic arrows to point at you. Anyway, welcome to the world map. We have basically a lot of ports, especially around the UK, and not as many in the Mediterranean, but some ports in the Mediterranean. And that is one thing that not only does one of the start dates put you in the Mediterranean, but eventually we can actually get transferred, and you know, we can mess around in the Mediterranean and doing some raiding over there. And as the screen gets a little darker, they do actually have ports for the US. So theoretically, if I get like, I don't know, like a Type 7 C-41 or like something with just absurd range, we could potentially perform raids on the US and South America. I doubt that would work, but yeah. But for now, we'll go ahead and make our little route to arrive at the patrol, and probably just head south from there. So let's go ahead, half ahead, and get ourselves out of port. There we go. We will magically just pull apart that plank via just snapping my fingers, and we are now off and away. One of the changes they added with the beta that I really like is now, if you look up in the little top right, I can now just straight up see, like, hey, what's my rudder at? What angle is it at? What's my current depth? Am I at 50 or am I just at the surface? How fast am I going? Am I at 10 knots? Yeah, I don't have to pop these out to check my speed anymore, check my depth. Up here, we have my money, because everything costs money. Reputation, which is kind of like skill points in this game. The battery capacity for using things like, well, I guess it's not really the radio, more like the gyro compass, the pump, and the electric engines. We also have our fuel, which is obviously consumed by our diesel engines, as well as air quality, which is why we cannot just spend the entire game starting right now underwater, because eventually, no oxygen. So, when we are, I think, if I use the blue lighting, I think that gets me, like, I can spend a maximum of, like, 13 or 14 hours consecutively underwater before I just run out of air. And depending on how fast we are, maybe not even that much with the battery capacity. Yeah, also I just love the Wilhelm saving port in this game. Just being able to go straight from here and seeing all of the different warehouses and facilities, and like, if I pull up my map, I can zoom in. You can also just see the nearby city, mainly from the world map, but you can see the city as well. And the only minor thing I would say is I wish they could actually like have more ships in here, like have the occasional transport or like destroyer actually in Wilhelmshaven, because like they would be there normally. We'll go ahead and turn on the time dilation, which will be my bread and butter, because dear God, does real time suck. And we will hit this magic button and we will leave the port, and I will see you on the other side of the loading screen. I will not see you on the other side of the loading screen. I am a massive fucking goober and just straight up didn't fucking click it, I guess. Oh, yep, and there's a taste of the new dialogue. Some of it is just literally them rambling, but we will now begin the couple-day journey towards our little patrol sector. So I'll check back in if something happens, or if we are just, you know, if something interesting happens, or if we just arrive in the patrol sector. Oh. And we have just received a new message. We're about 31 kilometers away from our patrol sector. It is currently September 2nd, around 10 in the morning. Important notice: hostile actions on the part of the Polish allies, England and France, are to be expected. Hostile actions against them are prohibited until further use from U-boat High Command. Alright, well, intriguing. Let's go ahead and just time skip us into the sector real quick. And there we go. We'll go ahead and set out that we have reached our patrol sector, and I think it is time for our crew to test its first dive. So we'll quickly use the, if my order screen doesn't immediately break, use the echo sounder to figure out how low the reef is underneath the boat. There we go. 34 meters, so we'll go ahead and drop us down about 15 meters. So now we will begin to flood the ballast tanks, and slowly we will submerge ourselves under the water. As you can see, right down here, you can see our boat's buoyancy. It's going to rapidly drop as those ballast tanks that keep us afloat fill with water. There we go. And since we are going to 15 meters, I won't even have to move the camera. It'll just drag us under. And it looks like I think we're making our turn southwest for the patrol as well. There you go. We'll switch over to the electric motor since we are underwater, so diesel will just literally fill the submarine with gas. And there we go. The U-4's first official dive under the water. Oh, hey, look, fish. But the U-4's official first dive under the ocean, as we have now arrived 15 meters Under the... Why are you... Please put the periscope away. You're 15 meters under. We're not at periscope depth. It's not touching the surface. God, I love looking at submarines. I love submarines so much. Here we can dive under. We can see our crew lounging and relaxing. The depth steer station is being manned. Our chef is cooking up some, looks like fish. Yeah, it looks like fish. Got a crew member cleaning up the engine room. Meanwhile, my officers are just taking a break. By the way, if any of viewers who are watching this would like a officer or just a crewman aboard the, I'd call cap on the 20 meters, but if anybody would like an officer or a crewman of the U-4 named after themselves, let me know, and I will gladly have y'all aboard the U-4. Alright, so we're going to continue like this for, I'd say, like an hour or two. And then we'll go ahead and watch the U-4 dive back up. Yeah, I think now's good enough. We'll go ahead and have the U-4 go up to periscope depth. Now we're going to watch this glorious machine rise up to the surface.
10 meters.
There we go. Now we can start using the periscope to look up above the waves. And if I go into the first person mode that this game has, no, give me that. Mine periscope, give that back. There we go. I can go ahead and look through the periscope and see what's around us. I'm going to do a little scan here. There we go. Now that I know there's nothing around, go ahead and blow the tanks and use the compressed air that is stored in the boat to push all that water out of the ballast tanks in the submarine. And slowly but surely, we will begin to rise out of the water, as well as switch back to our diesel engines. There we go. Now we'll go ahead and activate the electric compressor, so we can get that compressed air back up to full capacity. And then, as you can see up here, we used 20% of our battery capacity running the engines, and running the diesel engines refills the battery. And the electric compressor uses it up. Luckily it'll still go up, still full in 40 minutes even with the compressor on, but with our little first dive of the U-4, I will cut back to you guys when we have the next update from High Command, or if just something interesting in general happens. Oh, and it's official now. Hostiles, I can read. Hostilities with the United Kingdom. To all submarines, English ships are to be considered hostile with immediate effect. At present, all first wave submarines are instructed to attack freighters in accordance with the terms of the prize rules. As long as the prize rules are in force, cargo ships flying the English flag may be attacked without warning. I actually cannot remember what the prize rules are off the top of my head. And I'm going to go ahead and look those up, because I need a refresher. Prize rules are cruiser rules, govern the taking of prizes vessels captured on the high seas. Let's go to the 20th century. What are the actual rules? I just see that it's like, there it is. Prize rules state that passenger ships may not be sunk. Crews of merchant ships must be placed in safety before their ships may be sunk. Only warships and merchant ships that are a threat to the attacker may be sunk without warning. What if I just sunk it because it's fucking British? What if I just... they're fucking British. Well, in that case, I'm going to go ahead and change our course to put us around the mouth of London, and I'm going to see if I can't catch any freighters coming out of the port of London. So we'll go ahead and move ourselves into position. Make sure it is. Oh. We got another one. Hostilities with France. France has been at war with us since 1700 hours today. Defensive actions against French warships and freighters are not permitted. Submarines are not allowed to board or attack French-flagged vessels. Self-defense is allowed. And Admiral Ryder points out that all United Kingdom ships are also to be considered hostile. Well then, alright, let me go ahead and get a eco sounder reading. We'll drop us down dead ahead. Get the blue lighting ready for our dive.
Depth of their keel is 8 meters.
8 meters? Good lord. Just drop us down to periscope depth then. And we'll go ahead and move my comms officer Dresky over to the listening room so we can hop on the hydrophone and see if we can't spot any, well, I say spot, but listen to any convoys around. Go ahead and flood the tanks, get us underwater. There we go. And now, yep, he should be getting his hydrophone ready. And while I'm at it, this is also a new system that has been completely redone, which is usually when this hydrophone would come up, it would have like the hydrophone and then the max hydrophone. Max hydrophone just told you, hey, there's a contact in this general area, and if they were in the regular hydrophone, it would just tell you exactly where that ship was. They have reworked it to where it's just this hydrophone range, and we just have contacts. So this is somewhere between 4 to 6 ships closing in at around 50 to 80 kilometers. Now I'm going to go ahead, speed us up to half ahead, so we actually have some speed. And I'm going to see if I can put us on an intercept course with these ships, which puts us on a course of 38 kilometers. But I don't know how much I trust that. And I will cut back to you as the chase continues, and if we are truly able to catch these guys at this little rendezvous point we've made. Oh, interception not possible. But it was just possible 30 seconds ago. Alright, I guess we're not going to cut back because now it's just time. Interception not possible. They're medium closing in. Oh. Alright, I guess I can get a contact over here. Looks like we have a lone ship bearing... Damn, they're moving quick if their bearing's changing that fast. We'll see if I can't close in on them. Oh my god. Because I'm near the point of London, everything's gonna explode. We are close? Yeah, thank you. You're just gonna tell me to, like, submerge. There's nearby contacts. Thank you, I know. They're right here. It looks like they're about medium closing in. I don't like how fast that's going, though. Yeah, just make sure we're on a interception course. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead. Zarkev, take 2 sailors along with you to the attack periscope to keep a lookout for our target. We'll put the other guy with Lumiker, so the batteries will use up less energy while we close in. Bearing 20 degrees. Bearing 20 degrees. Can you not exit the attack periscope when I'm using it? There's the alarm ringing. Let me cut you back. So it said that there was a merchant at 20 degrees. Oh, yep. Let's go ahead and lock on that, and then... Yep, we do have an incoming freighter. Definitely flying a British flag. Oh, I have accidentally tabbed out. I just flashbanged myself because it was not in dark mode. Ow. Zarkev, keep your eye on that. I'm gonna maneuver us to a better position. We'll times 12 this for a second. Go ahead and stop the boat for now. There we go. I'll have Zarkev start working on a, see, actually, yeah. He's going to start working out the torpedo solution on the Empire Chivalry. No, stop it. I wanted to take control of you. So they were at 20 degrees. I imagine they would be a lot further to the right now that I've changed our angle. Probably look closer to 80. Yep, there they are. And activate times 6. Yep. So we'll lock this camera for a second. It's definitely a freighter. I don't know if it's an Empire Bell, though. Not an Empire Tower, because it's got a thing. It's definitely not a Liberty ship. This early. There's no way it's a Liberty ship this early. Plus the funnel design's different. Could this be a war class? Actually, no. Yeah, because... it could be a war class. Because it looks so similar with the design, but... I'm gonna leave this up to Zarkev. Stop tabbing out of him, please. I'm gonna have him calculate the torpedo course. Oh, I do some calculations on my own. Mainly, I want to see how far away we are. Where's the ruler? There we are. So, our current position... Measurement, please. So he's gonna be running a course like that. So I'm gonna say we adjust course, move us to dead slow. I'm gonna change the angle my ship's at just a little bit. Stop motors. And then we're going to... so I want to fire it probably around here. 648 meters. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's not too far away. Right, now that I've worked out, making sure... because one of the big things with torpedoes is you generally want to be a 90 degree angle from your target for the best chance of exploding. So like if I were like right here firing at, or like it's not really explode, like right here facing it, it's not really gonna explode. It's a very low chance. Now that we have this thing done though, I'm gonna move over the engine troops, move 2 more troops over to Zedge, because he's performing maintenance on some torpedoes that I would like to use. I have very few of them in this Type 2A. I want to make sure I can take advantage. I want to make sure I at least have more than one ready to go. So we'll give this a little bit more as Zarkev will go ahead and perfect the solution. Alright, torpedo tube 2 is maintenance. So we're going to go ahead... do I fire 2 at this target? I'm going to fire 2 at the target, give him a dispersion of 20 meters. And 22 good enough, just to try to confirm the kill. Gyro angle is synchronized. I'm going to wait a little bit longer, just on the off chance. And fire. And there we go. Fish are in the water, fish are in the water. Now I'm going to slightly pull off here. Dead ahead, so we can... that way, in case these don't explode, we can kind of clear the area. I'm going to activate the free cam, so we can get a nice good look at our freighter. I wonder if I can... wow, you actually just cannot even make out where my ship is. But we are going to go ahead and get a nice view and hope that we get a nice kill here. Ooh! And look at the fireworks! Wow, 1 punch to the rear and a center punch. Oh yeah, no, we have definitely sunk our first ship of the war. There's no way that survived. Look at her go down. And there we go. One of the minor complaints I have, that is sinking far too quickly for there to be literally any survivors, but there we go. We have now sunk the Empire Chivalry and triggered a save that's going to kill my... Ooh, what is this contact? Speed low. And there's 2 to 3 1,000 meters away. Ooh. Increase to forward 3. I might actually have another contact coming up. So looks like we have a... they might have radioed out that I'm here. Okay, so it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to intercept you, because it looks like they were a little further away. I'm not going to intercept you. You're definitely too far away for an intercept, so we're just going to go ahead, continue on this path. We'll just clear out of this area. Go ahead and move Drewski over to the radio room so we can send the report that the U-4 has sunk the Empire Chivalry, the first ship sunk of the war. Do we know how many tons that thing was carrying by chance? I don't think so. I was gonna see if I could... I guess I'll have to wait till the after-war report to see the summary. I'm gonna go ahead and say that the people I told to do a thing can go rest, so that way they don't overwork themselves on accident. Go ahead and just continue on this path, and then we'll go ahead and surface the boat since we are at nighttime. And there we go. Well then, a very successful hunt so far, as we will continue on our path over here, restock our battery as I rest my officers. So we're going to go ahead and basically do a big ol' lap here. Actually, maybe not that big, maybe like this way, but we'll do a big ol' lap to allow my officers to get some rest as I delete the random mole I left on the map. Well, we'll go ahead and let our officers get some more rest after the after the very successful first hunt of the war. There we go. We'll get our super speed so everyone gets rested up. Alright, looks like most of the officers I care for are rested up now. So we'll go ahead and click into them so that way they stop resting and get to their job. We'll go back under, and we'll go back over to periscope depth. Drewski, go listen for contacts, and we'll see if we can't pick up another ship leaving the Port of London. Go ahead and give you an extra guy so we can increase the hydrophone range. Medium moving away, medium moving away. I think that's the I think those are the ships I let get away earlier, because I didn't think I was going to catch them. Well, doesn't look like we'll catch anything here. I'd say just maybe cut north, try to see if I can't get anything over there. But for now, go ahead and surface the boat. We'll refill our batteries, refill our air. Go ahead and man the radio room for now. Switch ourselves over to diesel engines. Everyone can be happy. Alright. Now we do another hydrophone check now that we're over here. See if we can't catch nobody. Oop. And we have another lone freighter. Let's go. Let's go ahead and move ourselves in and see if we can't score a daytime kill. Oop. Transmission from B to U, that's U-boat High Command. We'll have to wait for a moment because I'm in the middle of something and I need my hydrophone operator. And it looks like there is another lone freighter somewhere out over here. But first things first, let's get this target dealt with. So, it is rapidly closing in on us, and we have smoke over the horizon spotted at bearing 347. I'm gonna go ahead and adjust course real quick. Ooh. Set ourselves
Dead slow ahead.
down to dead slow. Actually, no. Keep us at half speed for a little bit. I need to get more distance. Start calculating a torpedo solution, though. And what I'm gonna do is basically do this to swing my boat around and stop the engine.
Stop.
Try to center that rudder as best I can.
I need some help here.
2 sailors, go ahead and go over here. Increase our sight range, make sure there's no, nobody else out here trying to jump us, as well as help Zarkev, get the torpedo solution. Ooh, actually, that is a Norwegian ship. Call off attack, call off attack. That is a Norwegian ship. Cannot engage that.
Dead
Let's
slow
go ahead and
ahead.
forward 1. Get us out of here.
Change course. Top
I'm
ahead.
up to forward 3, see if I can't catch this one thing. Nope.
Set a course to
So we'll go ahead and head south. Unfortunately, that is a Norwegian convoy. We are not at war with Norway. I cannot strike that. Which does suck, but it is what it is.
set a course to these coordinates.
Alright. Well, I'm going to put a little cut in here. If I manage... I'm going to surface the boat real quick, recharge our air, recharge our... I just realized I have not been charging my compressed air. But we're going to go ahead,
Regular lights.
recharge our air, recharge the batteries. I'm going to put a little cut in here, and I'll meet you guys up next time I get any more contacts, or if we end up wrapping up the patrol.
Swing a course to these coordinates.
Alright, it looks like it's been several days of quiet, basically, but it looks like we might have another potential target. However,
At last. A few hours break.
my crew needs a rest, as well as I need to recharge my air and my batteries. So we'll go ahead and surface. We will continue the chase on the surface for now, and then now we will go ahead
Periscope deck. Blue light.
and get ourselves back under the water. Go back to listening for contacts. Go ahead and watch for contacts.
Over here.
2 crew members moving over to help him in the conning tower. Let's get ourselves under and see if we're still on track to catch our target.
Switch to electric motors.
There we go.
Course to these coordinates.
What in the world? Why is you being set over here? If they're high and closing in, why am I still having to go over here? Why is the intercept course way over there? Why wouldn't it be like over here?
Merchant ship, 15 degrees. Along. Good position.
Merchant ship 15 degrees, but I do not see what y'all are talking about. Here, go ahead and could they be like right here? Here, let me just take the direct approach. Seriously, like where? Oh, I'm about to run straight into the guy.
Calculate torpedo.
Alright, and that is the Empire Dawn, and that is... I'm cheating. No one look at the fact that I definitely just
Affirmative.
cheated to look at that ship's flags. As, ignoring the fact I cheated, that's definitely British flags flying on that convoy, so... See if I can't secure my crew another kill. Okay, we're going to... Hey, Zetch. Can you... Or no, you're on the electric engine. Give you 2 crew members, pump us up to 5. Oh, we're not going to be able to...
Set a course to these coordinates.
Here, we're not going to be able to try to... I was going to try to outspeed her, so we'll just try to...
Set a course to these coordinates.
All engines stop.
Here, we're going to have to take our chances with a very
Flood tube 1.
risky shot. Pretty much as soon as these are flooded and the gyro angles sink, we will fire two torpedoes. I severely doubt these will hit, but
Dead slow ahead.
might as well use the last of our torpedoes, especially since we're about to hit our patrol number and we're about half up on fuel. So let's see if I get lucky. Oh my god, we got lucky. Oh my god, so fucking lucky. 2 stern hits, the alarm is sounding, the deck is on fire, and she is sunk. I repeat, she is sunk. There is no way in hell. Yup. That is yet another ship completely sunk by the U-4. With no other contacts really coming in on us, we're going to go ahead and escape out east. Pump us up to half ahead, as well as switch over to the radio room, and we will send in the report that yet another English convoy has been sunk. The Empire Dawn heads for the bottom of the North Sea. Yet another successful hunt for the crew of U-4. Let's go ahead and
Depth 5 meters.
alrighty. And I'm gonna go ahead and, unless something interesting happens, I think I'm pretty much just gonna finish off our patrol, and I'll meet you guys back at port. And there we are. Saturday, September 9th, 1939, in the port of Wilhelmshaven. The U-4 will return from her first patrol. And the first patrol she will have completed in the event now known as World War II. Oh, that's so cool. They have the little fucking... They have all our crewmen on the deck. Oh, and Zarkev Vargas receives the Iron Cross 2nd Class. Determined torpedo cuts the Empire Chivalry, sinking it. Did the same with the Empire Dawn. Your first patrol has been completed during a pivotal time in history. Germany is at war with the Western powers, and the success of the war relies on the brave actions of U-boat captains like yourself. We sunk the Empire Chivalry, which had 3,300 tons on it, going from Rotterdam to London. And then the Empire Dawn with 3,100 tons, going from Bergen, which I believe is either the Netherlands or Belgium, to London. We spent 7 days, 16 hours at sea, and we sunk 6,000 tons of British supply. I say that that is a very good trade, and we also have like no fuel, because dear lord does this thing not have fuel. I think that's where I'll go ahead and leave this episode off. Like I said, if anyone wants to be an officer or just a regular crewman on board the U-4, just go ahead and comment what you want your name to be, and then if you want to be an officer or crewman. And yeah, in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.